think it's, there it goes. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Maverick Podcast. I am Matthew Christopher, and here with one of Jacksonville's top agents, new to MavRealty, Tina Haddock. Tina, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Super crazy busy day.
That's good. That's good, especially in this market. That is phenomenal to hear. So, and hopefully it's crazy good. So it's like I said before we got on, Tina is spoiling me with all these amazing recipes, and we will get to that later because she has a mailing list, which I adore her for, that she sends out recipes each month. So we'll dive into that later on. But Tina, tell me a little bit about yourself. What got you into real estate? Why have you stayed in real estate, and just who you are as an agent?
Not really sure why I got into real estate, but it just seemed like the next thing to do. I did go to work for a builder. I was the bookkeeper. I've been a bookkeeper for my family's businesses for a very, very long time. We're in logging.
Never logged professionally, but I've cut some trees down for my friends' grandparents. And let's just say that's one profession I just don't think I have a knack for.
Oh, I think for them it's kind of like video games. They get to work the joysticks all day. You did.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Do you get out there and cut trees down, or you just mainly do all the book work and stuff?
Oh, I try really hard not to go to the woods.
Okay. I had to say, you posted, 2 or 3 days ago of you walking in the woods. So I don't know if you're selling a property or just...
I was selling it for a family member, which the property's been in the family for way back when my great-grandpa. So I grew up here in Nassau County in Northeast Florida, and we have been here a very, very long time.
Roots run deep, right?
Yep.
That is awesome. Well, cool. So what type of real estate, and obviously you said not Nassau County, but what type of real estate do you enjoy focusing on? Is it residential? Is it land? Is it new construction? What's kind of your expertise or whatnot?
Kind of a mix of residential and vacant land. In
real estate, what would you say as an agent, some of your biggest challenges have been? What are things that you have experienced throughout? I know each one of us has different stories that we bring to the table. What's some of your biggest challenges that you've encountered in real estate? That
I come from small business my whole life, but real estate's completely different. I have to market myself, which is a huge challenge for me. I'm not used to having to market the business. For us, we just kind of go out, find vacant lots that have a lot of timber on it and see if they want to sell. But it's marketing yourself to get business has been really challenging, and trying to do it in a different way and other people are doing it to kind of stand out is, I don't know, I'm just always researching, trying to figure out something new.
Personally, as Mav's marketing coordinator, you are doing a fantastic job. I brag about you all the time, but I can definitely relate on the small business. Being in small business my whole entire life, from my parents having a trucking company to, that type of service business is marketed a lot different than, say, my restaurants. And you have to find kind of what works.
I hired a videographer, and she's been amazing. And you backing me up on all the other things. And I am tickle pink. I know that's not my thing, and I am happy to let that go.
That's awesome.
So yeah, my little team's been great.
What brought you over to Mav? What was something that just said, okay, these guys are different than any other brokerage that's over here in Jacksonville. I want to sign up with them. I want to move all my listings over to them, especially in this crazy market.
I needed help with I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I needed to let some things go, and I knew that. But trying to get somebody to help me and hire an assistant and start from scratch, I really did not have time to train somebody from scratch and miss more business. And then you guys just happen to pop up, make a phone call, which I don't normally take. And So y'all had a lot to offer on the back end that frees me up with more time to spend with my customers, which is really what I want to do.
Out of your 4 years, what has been one transaction, either good or bad, that you will never forget? Like one thing that you're like, okay, this is a story. This is going to go into if I ever decide to write a book, this is going in it.
It would probably have to be my transaction that I got a customer off of a sign call. Actually, it was on one of my commercial properties. It did not fit anything they were looking for whatsoever. And I guess just God sent them to me because they were like amazing to work with. But we ended up, they didn't want to buy. It was around October, November of last year, until the beginning of the year. And so I was like, well, if you find something you're absolutely in love with, we can definitely go under contract, push out the date. We did do that. They ended up the next week finding the house of their dreams. And in the middle, at the very beginning of the transaction, he had previously had cancer and he was all clear. And in the beginning, they found a spot on the back of his head. Mm-hmm. And so we had to take a pause. The buyers were amazing and very easy to work with, and now they're best friends. And so it turns out that was okay. So we pushed forward and got to closing. After closing, they called and there was another spot on the brain that had came up. And so they still had not moved into their new house. They had another house they wanted me to sell, but they needed to be close to doctors. So it turned out, trying to shorten my story, that they went through surgery, had everything removed, got all good results. They had called and wanted me to sell both of the properties and find his wife a place to go. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. This is not how I want business. We're going to get you in the new house where you wanted to be. And so I was like, we just got to stay positive on that. And it turns out they're in it now. Everything, cancer's all clear. We've got their previous house sold and they are loving life out in the country now.
That is awesome. That gives me chills. And especially coming from somebody that lost a loved one to cancer and just that whole transition, I'm so glad and so relieved that he beat it and he's in remission and everything. But I know that it forms a bond that if you've never been a caregiver or never been around somebody that is going through that, it forms a bond that is like no other, in my opinion. As an agent, I'm sure now you're one of the first people they call on holidays and everything.
Yeah, so we will definitely stay in touch and have get-togethers. But yeah, they were very amazing to work with. And they would just call. We've already agreed with the buyers. We went to dinner and we just need you to write up the paperwork. And I'm like, I feel fired. And they're like, no, we just need you still, but we're good.
We're good. That's awesome. That is really cool. Awesome. Well, that's a cool transaction. So whenever you're getting business and everything, what would you say one of your secret sauces is?
I like to talk, obviously. Yes. And so, yeah, I'm always here to listen to what they have to say. Communication is big. So if we don't understand each other, then that's a problem. And that would definitely not be a smooth transaction. But I try really hard to call everybody back within the hour. Things get crazy and I forget. And I'm like, do not think you're bothering me. Just keep calling me back.
Yep. Exactly. Well, that's pretty cool. A lot of agents now, especially the younger ones, they'll do it all over text.
I'm not the texter person that is going to be a yes or no or something short and sweet. And you might not look sweet, but I was in a hurry. But I'll call you back and say, it wasn't meant to be mean. I just need to explain this.
Yep. So last question, dealing with real estate and kind of your life and everything. What is your life motto, your business motto? What gets you out of bed in the morning?
Somebody needs to depend on me for me to get through my day so that I can do something to help somebody else. Mm-hmm. I have found that the more people that depend on me, the more I push through.
I said this was the last question. I got two more. I lied. I got two more. If you wasn't doing real estate and obviously wasn't doing logging, because I don't want you to say I'll go back to being a bookkeeper, what is something you would be doing if it wasn't real estate or logging?
Traveling. If I was able to afford it, I would probably say travel.
This is my last question, and it's our quick fire question. I like to just kind of throw something in there. What is an encroachment?
Now, I knew the acre one.
I picked this one especially for you because
it's something on the property that may, oh God, we might have to bleep this out. A drainage ditch that the county has through the property.
Awesome. Well, Tina, thank you so much. I know you're super busy today. I appreciate it. Appreciate everyone listening to this podcast, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.